Hey everyone, MTash here, and today I wanted to talk about some of the most hype reasons why I want to get back into Destiny 2, and why I think a lot of other players are interested in the Witch Queen expansion. I actually think this is going to be bigger than the Taken King. I don't know if it's going to be quite as big as Forsaken, but some of the systems and things they're implementing will change the game forever and have a very big impact. Will there be as many locations and maybe as much content? Maybe not quite, but I think the impact that the Witch Queen will have will change this game forever, and I'm all for it. There are many things that I've seen in here that I'm personally frustrated with that are now getting fixed or changed or adjusted, and that's great. There's so many things that, I didn't love when Beyond Light came out, and even expansions in the past, and they're fixing a lot of those things. So I want to go through a list of my most hyped things. But before we go over any nitty-gritty details about weapons or crafting or anything like that, I wanted to give you the real-life MTash reason. I missed a game. I missed the community. I miss having a game to grind. The main game that I've been covering has resin or energy, and there's a limited amount of time that you can play every day. I miss being able to just jump in and play PvE, then go play some Rumble, some Control, and have a game that I feel like I can enjoy when I want to enjoy it. Number 2. I think that the game is going to be big long term, and I see that the purchase from Sony of Bungie could lead to massive things down the road. They have been rebuilding, trying to get the game free to play, getting it on the next gen consoles, doing all these things, and I think there were some slow periods. I think that's behind us. At least I hope it's behind us. And if they can push out content like this, I'm excited. On top of that, they've already said that they're looking to do dungeons and raids every season, at least one or the other, right? We're getting like one a year. If we get 3 or 4 in a year, that is amazing to me. Those are some of my favorite pieces of content, and knowing that they have the resources, the time, the skill, all these people to do that has me hyped. Who knows if they throw in another little secret exotic mission here and there as well, but I feel like the player base is going to have more content in this next coming year than we've seen in a long time. Now, another obvious thing is I want to fight Savathun. I want to see what happens in the story. This has been a threat in the back of my mind, in the back of Destiny players' minds, forever. I want to see what the hell happens, but also, what happens after? If we take out this massive hive threat, who's next? What's next? Are the Cabal gonna turn on us? Right? Are the Fallen gonna go, oh, by the way, we're gonna take you out now, we're turning the tables? I don't know. I've been following along with the story pretty decently. I did play a lot of the story missions. Even though I wasn't grinding and making content, I was trying to keep up with things. And the story does matter to me. It's important to me, and I want to see where we go from here. And if I'm being honest, the idea of enemies using the light and being these powerful enemies has me excited. I'm a little bit bored of shooting drags and Vex even still. After a year break, I still don't really want to shoot a drag in the face. But you stack up a hive enemy with some light, give them some more, difficulty, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Having to dodge, dive, take these guys out, focus my abilities, that is sweet. And so I want to enjoy this new PvE content along those raids and maybe spike that difficulty just a little bit for me. But on top of that, this Void, it got me thinking about Void 3.0. Many of the subclasses in Destiny for me have been unoptimal or boring for a long time. I want to be able to customize and build the perfect class for me. And while Void 3.0 is the first thing, I also know that Arc and Solar are coming down the road. And that's exciting as well. That is like new subclasses overall, right? They're going to have fragments we've never seen. The power of these subclasses is going to really come up, and I can't wait to theorycraft. I can't wait to do some builds. I can't wait to pair it with some exotics. There's a lot of exotics in the game that are cool, but they're not necessarily optimal and can't be used and abused as much as they will in the future. I'm telling you, there's some of these exotics, some of these builds that you're going to be able to do. This is like Devour Boots with the Empowered Rift. It's crazy. It's so exciting to me. And, anytime they add depth to the game, I get excited. I feel like the game's been solved for so long, I don't really experiment with a lot of stuff, and now I want to experiment. So that is huge. Now, weapons have been sunset, unsunset, reissued, and otherwise, and I've been frustrated for a long time about it. But for the first time in a long time, I'm looking at some of these weapons, the idea that there's Foundry Perks, and perks for getting it from Trials of Osiris or a Nightfall has me excited. It feels like we're hitting that next level of power on weapons where I can delete some of my old stuff, move on, and just feel like I've got a fresh new grind, as well as being able to work towards things that I want. Being able to get those masterworked weapons with the exact perks is exciting to me. I can put in the effort, I can put in the time, and I can get what I want. And the crafting system does seem awesome for that. Maybe you get the god roll right away, but hey, I want to make the best weapon possible and have an avenue to do that. I think that this is a game-changing system long-term, and, if you could maybe craft armor down the road too, right? Get the recovery you want or the discipline, that would be pretty sweet. This is big progress, and so this whole system, I think it's going to be a game changer. I think the game is going to feel fresh again because I feel like I've been using the same weapons for ages. Like actual ages. I might just go into my vault and delete everything and just move on and start fresh with all this new stuff. I mean, maybe keep a couple god rolls, but you know what I'm saying. Now, the new weapon type also is exciting to me. I don't know why it's giving me some like Warframe vibes or something like that, but some weapons they add don't feel that different, Like a trace rifle just kind of feels like an auto rifle to me. But a glaive, this thing feels and looks different. I've seen some of the footage and I'm excited about it. I want to try it out. Will it be OP? Will it be the best thing? I don't know yet. But the fact that it's there and it gives people that ability to customize their loadout and play the way they want to, adding melee weapons I think is really, really cool. Just to double down on some of the Foundry perks and the fact that you could get a certain Foundry perk with a Nightfall perk and the interactions between these different things and choosing what's going to be best for your situation, I'm in love. Yes, please. I don't want to be bored with weapons. This is awesome. And while I don't want to go over every single nerf and buff and change, there's subclass changes, there's weapon changes, ability changes, there's been a lot of stuff that's changed over the year, and I've kept up with it as best I can by watching Cactus HD videos. I've been doing my best to keep up with all the balance changes, and I'm not going to know everything, but there's a lot of awesome things that I've seen. There's annoying abilities that I don't like or weapons that have gotten nerfed. The Dead Man's Tail or whatever is getting an RPM nerf, I believe. I hate that thing. I hardly even play, but the times that I get killed with it, that is the most annoying thing I've seen since the mountaintop. So, I've seen some cool stuff. Chaperone getting nerfed. That thing's crazy too. I understand that there's always going to be something that's OP. And I understand that meta is always shifting, and they almost force people into that meta with some of the artifact perks. But I think that this is going to be a fun year of experimentation and just like testing all these new weapons, all these new perks, all these new options with the subclasses. And I'm excited for PvP to get shaken up just a little bit. In Season 17, we will see a PvP-focused weapon changes. Uh-huh. I'll wait to see it. No, but seriously, I want them to put some effort into PvP. Make some game modes. Make some maps. I'm hoping that in Witch Queen and beyond, they will finally do something about this playlist. That it's just like the forgotten stepchild. It truly is such a shame. However, that being said, I also know that raids, dungeons, PvE content is very important for the game, and I actually enjoy it more now because I think a lot of the new stuff has been really good. Like Deepstone Crypt, I really enjoyed that raid. The new dungeon, I've really enjoyed that as well. I don't want them to get away from the dungeons and stuff, but the PvP stuff it's pretty sus. It is pretty sus. The PvP feels very neglected, and it's time for a change. Now, another big reason, the community. I mean, I miss it. I miss it. There's 5 bad eggs in the community. Another reason, the community. I miss the people. The Return of the King. I play a little bit of Destiny here and there, and people are like, yo, you're on Destiny? What the hell? They're so excited. I miss that. I miss being the Rumble King and just, I don't know, making content for this community. It's fun, and I like discovering things and reviewing exotics and seeing the reaction when someone finds a cool build, and like, it's not the same in Genshin. Genshin has a very weird fandom. There's a lot of like sussy baka. Like it really is odd. The way people will defend animated characters and they attack content creators for not liking particular things. It's just bizarre. I've never really experienced it, and I don't feel super welcome in Genshin overall. It gets views. Like I'm not gonna be lying to you. It gets hella views, and so I played it for a year. Changed my life. But I miss the community a lot. Now the next one is a big one. It's the whole picture. It's the exotics, it's the weapons, the crafting, all the abilities that are getting changed and added. The fact that the story is evolving and growing and big story points are getting solved. Raids and dungeons, it's everything all together. Showing that Destiny is kind of a badass looter shooter MMO thing that I think I'm going to enjoy for a long time. Things that I didn't like are getting fixed. Things that I didn't know I needed are being added. And I see a lot of potential for this game. I always have, and they just got bought by Sony, right? For $4 billion. So Sony is looking at what's in the pipeline, what's coming next, and they must like what they see, or else they wouldn't buy it for $4 billion. There's movies coming out that'll probably make the game even more popular. There's been 1 million pre-orders for this, and you know, I think that this game has some major potential long-term to start changing the opinion of the masses. There's so many people that are like, oh, dead game. Maybe it was a little stagnant here and there, but it has a thriving player base. It is gonna, look at that. Oh my God, that is so exciting to me. I think that the future is bright, and they've already kind of said, you know, we've got all these DLCs planned. A new shape and Beyond Light 2.2, the last light, final light? I can't remember. And there's probably something beyond that. Is it Destiny 3? I don't know. But this game only seems to be going up. And I want to be there for the ride. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're jumping back into Destiny 2, or if you never left, you're one of the dedicated gamers that know more about the game than me now. Leave a comment down below, make sure to like, and make sure to subscribe to this new channel. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.